Well, hello, model car fans. Welcome to the Muscle Car Modeler. My name is Revell, and this week I'm going to do a how-to video on how I'm doing the blackout on this Revell 69 Boss 302 Mustang that I've been kind of working on. Haven't touched it in a little bit, but finishing up other projects here. So since I've had so many on my desk, but here's one I did previously, so you can see what I did, and this is the results on how it came out. And this is the stage it's at right now. So I'm going to be doing the semi-gloss blackout here that's on the hood, the deck lid, the rear tail panel, and of course the headlight buckets. But as you can see on this one, I've already painted the entire body, put the decals on, and clear coated it. Now I'm using a Real Automotive clear coat, which allows me some extra benefits, and this is one of them that works out really nicely. It does cover the decals really good, holds them down pretty strong and thorough. But as I mask over them, you'll notice, when I'm peeling the masking tape off, that I'm not going up, I'm going across it, or when I pull it off, and I'll be sticking it on. Clean them off really good, but I'll get it all masked up here. So, this is the start, but one of the first questions I get here is, won't I still have, gloss? Yeah, but if you go really close to the edge, like I did on this one, you can see there's just a small amount of gloss, and most people don't notice it, or, but you get the nice look and everything. And then, yeah, you can still kind of see the bulge of the decal in the semi-gloss black here. And this is just Tester's semi-gloss black here from the bottle. That's all I'm doing it here, but I'll go outside and airbrush that. I don't really plan on showing you that because, I've done some airbrushing techniques, but it's a lot of masking. So, and then a lot of times it's more than one section at a time. So I can't do it all in one round of airbrushing. So, and I think on this one, I actually brush painted in the buckets versus airbrushing. But this and this were airbrushed, and this tail panel were airbrushed. But I think I did them in different segments, because when I'm masking for this area, it's kind of hard to do that. So I'll do this area first, and then I'll spray this. So I'll probably do the hood section and his tailpipe section in one spraying session. And then I'll do this, and then possibly the two fronts, unless I brush paint those. These might be a little bit harder to mask, but they're also easier to polish and take care of the overspray with this clear coat, because it sticks to it and it doesn't stick to it. So a couple of benefits to it. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start masking this, but I got a couple of different masking tapes that I'm using, 2 or 3 different ones. Now I'm using the Tamiya masking tape here. This is the 1/4 inch thick. This works really good. It sticks really good. It does a really good job on fine line areas. So really happy with this stuff. And then the other thing, this is more from your paint store, Scotch 3M. This is 218 fine line tape, and it's 1/8 of an inch thick. And this you can kind of bend and turn in some of the corners, but I'm really not going to use this in that sense on this one, because that is a pretty sharp turn right there. So I'll just have 2 pieces of tape meet up at the same time. So I think I'll start with this one. I'm going to start masking the back section here. So, and then for our special guest, we got a couple of characters from Bluey covering my messed up fingernail there. So we got that going on today too. So anyways, let's get a little bit started. And then this, because it's 1/4 inch tape and takes quite a bit. So I'm going to do this section first, because it's in a recessed area, so that once this is painted, I don't have to worry about, because I can mask over it without really getting the masking on it. Plus it's at a different angle, so I'm not too concerned about it, because when I airbrush the trunk here, I don't have to worry about that too much. So we'll get this a little farther. There we go. Because some of this, will be visible under the bumper, and some of it will not be. So we'll cover that. There we go. And then let the hood fall, of course. Should know better than that. At least it's only a couple inches. But we'll get that. And then another section for here. And then when I lay this on the clear, I get as close to the edge without going over. All right. There we go. That's actually going over. I can see it curling over. Okay, there we go. So you can see it curled over here, and I'm going to want a lip there as well. So this will be done in a second session. So I'm going to do this one first. So we'll continue masking this. All right. Now it's a little hard to get masked in that area, but a little bit of overspray couldn't get in there. But again, it'll be covered by the bumper. And there's another way, because of this automotive clear, some of the overspray sections I could just polish off with the Q-tip. It's going to surprise you when you see me do it. There we go. So there we got that section. All right. Now when it comes to covering the rest of the area I'm working on, I've got just this 2-inch wide blue tape, Scotch 3M as well. Buy tons of that stuff. Now let's do the front section. Now I'm going to do this as one piece. You can see I've already blacked out the engine compartment and I blacked out the whole inside. But I'm only doing some real tiny areas, and I'll be airbrushing just a small amount. All right. We'll just keep using this stuff. Now, you'll notice that I haven't scuffed in here. I don't really feel the need to. And when it comes to adjusting some of this stuff, you'll see why. Now, just trying to get the tape on here. Now, if you see, you'll notice, get this really up there. You can see the black through the tape, so you can see where you're putting this tape. Pretty nice and easy. And then I'll make this, do this in a couple sections too. But I'll hold this down and get all of that, of course. So you can see where it's going and where the line is going to be. So we'll get some more going. Got it to curl up on me. There we go. And you get it gently tacked down where you want it before you push it down and lock it down. There we go. All right. So now you can see why it's a little hard to do that in one section, because I got some masking tape there and I got to cover all of that to protect it. Now I know masking, this can be time consuming, but a lot of times taking your time here saves you a lot of issues down the road. So there's that. Now I'll get this going here, and we'll get these sections. So here, now that I've got the main area, just gonna start to cover up this stuff. And I'm just shielding these areas because I'm going to be spraying in here. But also, let's take a couple pieces and block off the taillight sections to limit the amount of overspray that gets blown into here. There we go. All right. And then a couple little pieces for the corners here. So there's a little piece right there exposed. I want to make sure that's covered up. Although cleanup would be surprisingly easy, but I'll show you that. So there's a tail section's kind of ready. And then let's do the front section. First, let's block off the windshield area. Here we go. There's that. And then one side. Other side. there we go. That's all masked and pretty much ready to shoot. Now I've got it to where I'm protecting it from overspray and skirting it away, because I'm only just going to go from the top here and shoot in those directions. And then same with this, I'm just going to shoot in this direction, so worried about some of the overspray. But let's just for protection, I'll cover this here, the rest of the roof, so that that's covered as well. But it can be cleaned off pretty easily. But we'll go outside and I'll get my airbrush ready and spray this, and then we'll work on the next sections. All right, here we are getting ready to spray. And for you guys wondering, I'm using this semi-gloss black testers mixed up. It's already in my airbrush, and I've got this all ready. You can see that it's all ready to start spraying. Okay, there we go. Give it some time to dry here, and then pull all the masking off, and we'll look at the rest and do the other sections. And I brought it back inside here to basically just get the rest of the blue tape off and try not to touch some of this, but just get this off and out of the way. Okay. I'm pulling it away and trying to get this off the clear, so you can see that it did a pretty good job masking. And I'll get the Tamiya tape off after, but give it a little bit of time still to dry. Let's see if I can get this piece of, yes. Oh, and the taillights. Get an idea of what it's looking like. We'll give it some more time to sit and dry in here. All right, I'll give it some time to dry, and I'll pull all that off, and we'll see how the results are there. Then I'll work on the other two sections. All right, well, let's see how we did. Let's start back here. This Tamiya tape is really great about sticking without being too sticky. All right. Now you can see it's a little squared up right there and everything. A little bit too much of the edge. This is one of the things I like about using my automotive clear coat. Just clean it up going right to the edge this way. It just takes it right off. See that? Versus the squared edge. And see, look at that. All right, let's see about this. See, look at that. And then you can see on the hood, okay. That looks beautiful. And it's funny, this is why you kind of use the same paint wherever you can. Use it from the same batch, because it doesn't always dry the same. And I'm not always exactly sure what I use. You see one's a little more flat than the other. And I don't know if I used a different paint back then. You know, sometimes just the mix ratio will do that too. But that's looking good. But here, you see where I did the corners, and you can see a little bit of right there. So again, just take this. Clean up the corner. Just take your time. Be patient. There's that corner. You can see there's a little bit of overspray on that corner too. Got a little bit under there. So let's get that corner. There we go. Of course, the camera, you're getting a real up close look at this. And if you're watching this on a big TV, this is probably huge. But anyway, there's those. We'll clean it up some more. There we go. Just clean my smudges off of it. Which is looking real good. So we'll set the hood aside. It's done. And we'll mask off the back and go paint that. There we go. So now I'm just going to do this section right here. Real nice and easy with trunk seams right there. Trying to make sure it gets up under there. Curl that. Okay. Get a brand new clean toothpick to help push it down in the seam here. There we go. Trying to make sure it's up in here and then up and over the spoiler. I'm just folding this. It makes it easier to get something to pull and grab later when I'm unmasking this. Okay. Get my fingerprints off there again. Ah, where's the rest of the tape? There we go. That's why I did the recessed area here. So now I don't have to worry about that. Then this will just cover this whole section. There we go. Here. That and this. All right, that's ready to spray. So I'm going to go out there and airbrush that. And then I'll brush paint these sections here. And then we'll let it all dry. And we'll see how she looks later. So here we go. I'll go outside. All right, here we are. Let's take some of this off. I pulled some of the inner off, but I'll rebrush that. That's not a big deal. Let's see here. There we go. So the last part I'm going to do, let's just put the glove back on. Last thing I'm going to do is brush in these buckets for now. Okay. Here, let that one dry. And let's get this side. So one of the things I like about using enamel paints, because I get asked every now and then, yeah, it does take a little longer to dry, but it still dries fairly quick for me here in Arizona, especially the semi-gloss or flat black colors. All right, let's let that sit and dry. I'll get this all cleaned up. All right, that should be plenty of time to dry. So let's see how this is. Just clean up the extra here. So I just polish it off with the Q-tip here, or yeah, Q-tip. I said it's one of the benefits of using this clear. So I'm able to do this. Try not to smash the one with the other. Here we go. And I can even touch it up afterwards. There we go. That side. Let's do this one too. Right. Hey, there we go. And I may need to touch that up, may not to, because the grill goes in there. But there she goes. Got all the blackout done. Looking really good. All right. Of course, I got a lot more stuff to do on this one, but that's going to complete this video, you guys. So, won't be much longer. It'll be done, be looking like this one, but I still got some more stuff to do. So you guys, thank you for tuning in, subscribing, all your comments and everything. I really do appreciate it, you guys. You have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you next time.